to walk into peril, to Mordor, we must send the ring to the fire.
I do not understand all this. Sauron is a traitor, but did he not have a glimpse of wisdom? Why do you speak of ever hiding and destroying? Why should we not think that the great ring has come into our hands to serve us in the very hour of need? Wielding it, the free lords of the free should surely defeat the enemy. That is what he fears, I deem. The men of Gondor are valiant, and they will never submit, but they may be beaten down. Valor needs first strength, then a weapon. Let the ring be your weapon. If it has such a power as you say, take it, and go forth to victory.
Alas, no. We cannot use the ruling ring that we now know too well. It belongs to Sauron, and was made by him alone, and is altogether evil. Its strength, Boromir, is too great for anyone to wield at will, save only those who already have great power. But for them, it holds an even deadlier peril. The very desire of it corrupts the heart. Consider Saruman. If any of the wise should with this ring overthrow the Lord of Mordor, using his own arts, he would then set himself on Sauron's throne, and yet another Dark Lord would appear. And that is another reason why the ring should be destroyed. As long as it is in this world, it will be a danger even to the wise, for nothing is evil, even in the beginning. Even Sauron was not so. I fear the ring to take it and hide it. I will not take the ring to wield it.
Nor I.
So be it. Then in Gondor we must trust to such weapons as we have, and at the least, while the wise ones guard the ring, we will fight on. Mayhaps the sword that was broken may still stem the tide, if the hand that wields it not an heirloom only, but the sinews of the kings of men.
Who can tell? But we can put it to the test one day.
May the day not be too long delayed, for though I do not ask for aid, we need it. It would comfort us to know that others fought also with all the means that they have.
Then be comforted, for there are other powers and realms that you know not, and they are hidden from you. Anduin the Great flows past many shores, ere it comes to Argonath, and the gates of Gondor.
So, it might be well for all, if all these strengths were joined, and the powers of each were used in league. Other rings there may be, less treasures, that might be used in our need. The seven are lost to us, if Balin has not found the Ring of Thror, which was the last. Naught has been heard of it since Thror was lost in Moria. Indeed, I may now reveal that it was partly in hope to find that ring that Balin wed away.
Balin will find no ring in Moria. Thror gave it to Thrain, his son, but not Thrain to Thorin. It was taken with torment from Thrain, the dungeons of Dol Guldur. I came too late.
Ah, alas. When will the day come for our revenge? But still, there are three. What of the three rings of the elves? Very mighty rings, it is said. Do the elf lords not keep them? Yet they too were made by the Dark Lord long ago. Are they idle? I see elf lords here. Will they not say?
Did you not hear me, Glóin? The three were not made by Sauron, nor did he ever touch them. But of them it is not permitted to speak. So much only in this hour of doubt I may now say they are not idle. But they were not made as weapons of war or conquest. That is not their power. Those who made them did not desire strength or domination, or hoarded wealth, but understanding, making, and healing. To preserve all things unstained, these things the elves made of Middle-earth, in some measure, have gained, though with sorrow. But all that has been wrought by those who wield the three will turn to their undoing, and their minds and hearts will be revealed to Sauron. If he regains one, it would be better if the three had never been. That is his purpose.
But what then would happen if the ruling ring were destroyed, as you counsel?
We know not for certain. Some hope of the three rings, which Sauron has never touched, would then become free, and their rulers might heal the hurts of the world that he has wrought. But maybe when the one has gone, the three will fail, and many fair things will fade and be forgotten. That is my belief.
All the elves are willing to endure this chance, if by it the power of Sauron may be broken, and the fear of his domination might be taken away forever. Thus we return once more to destroying the ring, and yet we come no nearer. What strength have we for finding the fire for which it was made? This is the path of despair, of folly. I would say if the long wisdom of Elrond did not forbid me.
Despair or folly? It is not despair, for despair is only for those who see the end beyond all doubt. We do not. It is wisdom to recognize necessity when all other courses have been weighed. Though as folly it may appear, those who cling to false hope, well, let folly be our cloak, a veil before the eyes of the enemy, for he is very wise, and weighs all things to a nicety in the scales of his malice, but only measure that he knows is desire, and his desire for power, and so he judges all hearts into his heart. The thought will not enter that any will refuse it, that having the ring we may seek to destroy it. If we seek this, we shall put him out of reckoning.
At least for a while. The road must be trod, but it will be hard, and neither strength nor wisdom will carry us far upon it. This quest may be attempted by the weak, as much hope as the strong. Yet such is oft the course of deeds that move the wheels of the world. Small hands do them because they must, while eyes of the great are elsewhere.
Very well, Master Elrond. Say no more. It is plain enough what you are pointing at. Bilbo, the silly hobbit, started this affair, and Bilbo had better finish it. Or himself. I was very comfortable here and getting on with my book. If you want to know, I am just writing an ending of it. I thought of putting, and he lived happily ever afterwards to the end of his days. It is such a good ending, and none the worse for having been used before. Now I shall have to alter that. It does not look like coming true. And anyway, there will evidently have to be several more chapters, if I live to write them. It is a frightful nuisance. When I ought to start.
Of course, my dear Bilbo. If you had really started this affair, you might be expected to finish it, but you know well enough now that starting is too great a claim for any, and only a small part is played in great deals by any hero. You need not bow, though word was meant, and we do not doubt that under your jest you are making a valiant offer, but one beyond your strength, Bilbo. You cannot take this thing back. It is passed on. If you need my advice any longer, I should say that your part is ended. Unless a recorder, finish your book and leave the ending unaltered. There is still hope for it, but get ready to write a sequel when they come back.
I have never known you to give me pleasant advice before. As all your unpleasant advice has been good, I wonder if this advice is not bad. Still, I don't suppose I have the strength or luck left to deal with the ring. It has grown, and I have not. But tell me, what do you mean by they?
The messengers who were sent with the ring.
Exactly, and who are they to be? That seems to be what this council has to decide, and all it has to decide. Elves may thrive on speech alone, and dwarves endure great weariness, but I am only an old hobbit, and I miss my meal at noon. Can you think of some names now, or put it off until after dinner? I will take the ring, though I do not know the way.
Oh well, the night is long, the beats of time pass slow. Tired eyes on the sunrise, waiting for the eastern glow. The pain of war cannot exceed the woe of aftermath. The drums will shake, the castle wall, the ring raised right and black. Right on, reservation right on, shoot straight to Dundee.
Oh, you should hold the phone sideways. It's not very good.
To walk into peril! To walk into peril. Fuck. You gotta restart that. Its strength, Boromir, is too great for anyone to wield at will. That we now know too well. It belongs to Sauron and was made by him alone. As it altogether... Alas, no.
Nor I.
I'm sorry.
Oh my.
We haven't even started yet.
The road will be trod, but it will be hard. This quest may be attempted by the weak with as much hope as the strength. Sorry, I said this.
Bilbo, the silly hobbit, started this affair.
Of course, my dear Bilbo. If you would really... Hold on, actually...
That seems to be what this council has to decide, and all it has to... That was definitely in it. What David just said, Hungry Gandalf.
I didn't know.
At least for a while. The road will be trod, but I fucked it up at the beginning.
This entire time I've been so close to laughing, and then whoosh, and I'm like,